The water would be great, thank you.
Water's getting around.
Actually, all of those things sound great.
Sorry I kicked the mic stand there. I got excited, I started tapping on it.
Can I slide this amp back just a little? I'm actually not hearing myself very well, and
Yeah, I don't need to plan everything.
If you want to turn it up, just the master knob right
Really
next to
cool,
like
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't need to.
give myself
I'll be in
just
your
a
way, let me know.
No, no.
yeah, that's better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
I didn't think I played those songs together.
Really?
I was playing with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Want to try Sat Bell?
Sure. Anything in front of it or just right on it?
It's right on it, do you think?
Would you be okay playing an intro, or do you?
Well, there's that little. You want that thing, or
yeah.
is that?
I mean, you can't tease us with that and not do it.
Sure. Start it.
Okay. Well, why don't you want to kind of give me a little rhythm along with it?
And two, and one, and two, and three.
someone keeping tabs on like the names of the songs or just curious? 'Cause I could do that. I'm just curious so that I could have a
You know,
way to.
when I was younger and I hang out with these guys, I thought we were making these songs up on the spot. And then like 9/11 happened, I'd listen to NPR in the
Yeah.
daytime and then it switched over to jazz.
Yeah.
I'd hear those songs on the radio and I'd be like, what the fuck? I swear that's our song, you know? Yeah. It took me a while to figure out Joe is giving me a jazz education.
Amazing.
The second one was Satin Doll. The first one,
Are you
Now's the time.
now's the
Scott?
time.
Are you like
Describe.
stopping each song, or are you just doing one continuous? Okay, cool.
Rolling.
No worries, no worries. It's good to know.
Hang on, I'll make a list. What was that called? Satin?
Satin Doll.
Is that a Lester Young tune?
No.
No,
Duke
Ellington.
Ellington.
And
What was the
Billy
second one?
Strayhorn. Yeah, Billy Strayhorn actually.
What was the second one?
Satin Doll.
Satin
Oh,
Doll.
that was Satin Doll.
What was
The
the
first
first
one,
Was
Now's the time. That's
that's Charlie
Charlie
Parker.
Parker.
That was a big thing when Joe learned that. It hadn't been
He
recorded
just
yet.
recorded it, I think. Wasn't that it? And came
I
out?
think he was getting ready to record it or something.
Yeah. Yeah. We got, there are a lot of stories we could tell, but I don't know about for your documentary. I don't know.
Oh man, the richer the better.
Only questionable ones now.
Yeah, yeah, you're in safe company. When did you guys all start? Why don't we go around the room and say, or like take turns, maybe after another song. Tell us like when you first started playing with Joe.
Well, this gentleman.
I met Joe and talked to Joe, but I never played with Joe.
Yeah.
So this is a real honor to be honoring him.
I just started playing with Bob at Laura's suggestion. They've played together. I had a gig April 1st, and I couldn't get any young guys because they were, the pandemic. So anyway, got these guys. Brian Booth played with us, though. Now, he's a younger guy. Oh, and I started playing with him in the late 80s. I've
never heard when your first gig with Joe, what that was
I don't
like.
know when the first one was, but I got a picture of 1990 when I played. My Aunt Bobby took a picture of it.
Did he call you or did somebody else call
Oh,
you?
I'd played with him before, but and I've got a picture. It shows all those guys playing on it, and I can share those pictures with you if you want, Shirley, for this documentary. If you want any photos, and you've probably got some too.
I've got a bunch of those photos on my phone.
And so I played with him from the late 80s up until the end, but there was one guy, there's a black gentleman in there, and I don't know his name, but he played with him for a little bit.
What do you play?
A drum set.
Yeah.
Ma
but I can't-
Rainey's,
huh?
Jimmy Rainey.
Oh, no, that was before he came to Ogden, Jimmy
there
Rainey.
was another drummer.
There was.
Yeah, just I don't know, maybe a year or so, and then he moved out of town. So there was a time I didn't, but and then Joe called me back. When the Malis brothers left here, Jimmy and Larry Malis, Larry was the drummer. I'm glad he did because he was the drummer for Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it's a
When
lot
did
of
you meet
years.
him, Lars?
I think a little before that.
Yeah.
Joe was still drinking then.
Scotch.
I don't remember.
You know,
He used to
probably.
keep the Catawba, pink
Yeah.
Catawba in the shed and
That's right.
keep
Yeah.
the moonshine in the shed.
That was sort of.
Yeah.
He didn't
sort
drink
of-
the moonshine, but he
He kept a
loved
few
to
things
watch
in the
people
shed.
drink the moonshine.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He stopped drinking about 65, didn't he? And
After the
smoking
throat
and
cancer, I think.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
smoking and drinking, and
Yeah.
never had any kids. He says, "Why do you think I lived to be 100?"
Mental
Well,
note.
you don't know this. He was married twice.
He was married twice.
Yes, and the first child, or the first
First wife.
wife died in childbirth.
Oh,
Wow.
So it wasn't too long after that he married Thelma.
Huh.
That was in 1944 that he married her. That was when they were still in Oklahoma, I
Yeah.
think. And she stayed with him.
Yeah, they were married
fact,
how
that-
many years? 75?
I think it was Thelma that was really the one that decided this was where they were going to stay.
Yeah, probably was. Probably
He was 100 and she was 96,
96.
something like that.
Wow.
and living together in their home, taking care of each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I met him. Don came down to the blues bar. I booked him. buddy guy, saxophone player, AC Reed. On his amp, he used to say the man that was full of shit. Remember that? And you were having a good time, and you said something about,
I said Joe can play
I
better
wonder
than
if
him.
Joe McQueen knows this guy or something. And I was like, you know Joe McQueen? Like, because I'd only heard stories, and I remember the article Solid written, and I heard the Malis brothers talk about him.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I played with them. And then I remember having the bar phone. This was before cell phones.
Yeah.
And going.
Called him. I called him. I said,
Yeah.
Joe, you want to come down to the club and hear this guy? And he came down.
Came down.
You got to meet him.
He was at the door. He was pissed. I'm not paying any goddamn cover to come in this place. Someone called me and told me to come down. I'm not paying it.
Is that what he said?
Not gonna charge you. Not gonna charge you. Come on in. And then he just started ripping into that guy,
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
saying, he noticed he had an octave pedal.
Uh-huh.
And Joe's like, I see what you're doing. So you're trying to emulate the horn that I have at home.
Because he had one. He had
And I was
one.
like, what is he talking about? He's like, I have an electric saxophone, young man. I was like, electric saxophone? What the hell is this guy talking about?
He
he
could play
just-
octaves. Yeah.
He ripped into AC, telling me to only count to 12 too. And it was crazy. It was enough. It was just enough of a ornery cuss of a guy. I don't know. Just the way he asserted himself with those other guys from Chicago. I had to call him the next day and ask if we could hang out. Yeah.
He put you to work.
I called him. I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "I'm the guy that ran the bar. I'd like to come and hang out." He's like, "What are you doing right now?" I go, "Nothing." He's like, "Well, come right now. Come right now." I'm like, "Okay." And he was in the driveway with the wheelbarrow, a boat oar, a hose, and a bag of cement mix. And I was like, "What's this?" And he's like, "You said you wanted to hang out, right?" And we did, and we laid the floor in his shed that we would hang out in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put me to work for like about a month. That's how we got to be friends. And
Your
then
internship or
I
something.
begged him to come and play the bar, and he didn't want to do it. And then I don't know, he had a whole big list. I remember a whole list of demands, like if anybody says this word, or if anybody smokes, or if anybody does this.
Oh, yeah, he didn't want people
He
smoking.
was like, this thing is done, you understand me? And then after that, I feel like he played that first song, and everybody applauded, and then the list didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the list just went out the window.
Yeah.
And then it seemed like Joe just had a second life from 80 right there. He just was going the whole time.
Yeah. He played a lot with Clayton Furch as a duo.
Yeah.
Did you ever do a trio with them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Clayton also had Suki, was that what he called that?
Suki.
The
I
keyboard.
was thinking about, while we were just sitting here thinking about Clayton, I think I don't know about you, but I never thought Clayton would be the first one to go out of
Yeah.
all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good piano player. He
He's
could
a-
play any tune in any key. He played songs I'd never heard before.
He was
Yeah.
not afraid to antagonize Joe.
Oh yeah, come on, sing, Joe. Oh,
I think
I'm
we
not
can
gonna
get Joe to
tonight.
sing with. No, stop talking about that singing business all the time. Okay,
love to
Georgia,
hear him.
right now. We'll do Georgia.
Yeah, people love to hear him sing. That gravelly voice.
Yeah. People
And-
love to hear him talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you had him read The Night Before Christmas.
I
At
just
the
saw that
garage.
video the other day that I saved. I couldn't believe I forgot about that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
The night he played with the bagpipers. Do you remember that?
No.
I remember teasing him, like, I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, do you realize you're like the most Irish person I know? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're a McQueen and your mom was a McGee and your eyes are green. I'm like, think about it. Like, you're black Irish. And he thought about it for a minute, and he realized, through his white grandfather that he was black Irish.
He had beautiful eyes.
Yeah. And then, I talked him into playing the St. Patrick's Day gig. I'm like, so you got to play St. Patrick's Day because you're Irish. And then the bagpipers came, and he was talking to the bagpipers. He's all, Brad was telling me I got some of that Mick blood in me, and I'm a McQueen. And the one guy's like, no, you're not. And Joe's like, the hell I'm not. I'm not. And the guy's like, no, let me tell you the story. And then told him some story about some Irish clan that got outlawed, and they had to change their name to McQueen.
Oh.
And the guy knew because his name was McQueen too.
Oh,
Wow.
And Joe got all excited, and they started playing the bagpipes, and then Joe jumped in with the saxophone. It was wild. It was tender. It was very tender.
Oh yeah, nice. Huh?
Joe was a mixture of that, tough and tender.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's a nice mix.
definitely. And then when Clayton passed away, Ben Jennings invited me to play with Vibes with Ryan Conger and Brad
Brad Wright.
Wright. And I enjoyed that so much when we needed some musicians. I said, Joe, I always wanted young kids to play with Joe, to have the experience, so they could say, I played with Joe McQueen, you know. And I said, Joe, these two kids would love to play with kids. They were in their 30s and 40s.
40s.
So we did that, and after the gig, I said, so Joe, you want to do this again? He said, hell yes, I want to do this again. He was happy with the sound. That organ, Ryan played organ and bass with his feet or left hand. And then,
that's when I lost my job.
yeah.
Well, what was well, but then he started playing. He started playing so fat. What's that?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
He started playing some tunes pretty fast.
He played tunes like he would just be kicking all of our
Oh,
asses.
yeah, yeah.
We couldn't keep up with
I
him.
think he played better the older he got. He
Yeah.
just was sounding great near the end there. Played in November for a gig and then died in December.
Wow.
Yeah. 100 years old. Huh.
Seen a lot of gigs.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? 8
I
gigs a
remember-
week, 2 jam sessions on Sunday.
I remember driving to a gig in Brigham City, and he got a call. He said, "What? Yeah, okay, yeah." And he hung up, and he said, "Well, Don, we got another gig." And then the phone rang again. He said, "What? Not? Oh, you want to pay us more? Okay." And he hung up and says, "Isn't this business great?" I mean, the guy said, "No, we've got this budget, Joe. Whatever you know." Evidently, what he said he'd play for, they said, "Oh no, we got a bigger budget, Joe. We're going to pay you more." How often does that happen? Man, they loved him. There's a mural. You don't want to put this on here. South Jordan just put up a mural too. So,
At the restaurant there,
yeah.
the Spitz restaurant.
And then you said at a gun shop.
There's one at the Gallinson's gun store on
Yeah.
Second South. Yeah.
I'm always surprised. Glad they are.
This one though I think is good. I mean,
Yeah.
7th, I drove by it and it doesn't look like it's gonna last forever with
I
being
wonder about
wood.
that.
And we don't have a place to go and visit Joe's tombstone.
Yeah, he was cremated.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, but he's with us. You can
He's with
just
us.
talk to him.
Yeah.
Well, these should last, right?
Yeah, that looks like it's gonna last a long time. It's huge. People are
Making sure it
emotional about
lasts.
it. It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. I was so pleased to see that.
And this part, it makes last longer. You know, all this energy
Good.
is gonna go over there. That's why we're doing this, you know, like trying to keep everything together, you know, because the mural is one thing, what you guys been doing is another thing, and when we put it together, you know, it's the whole thing.
Very good.
So I'm super glad, you know, we're doing this, and he's here with us
It-
too.
You understand him more, don't you?
Yep. And that's, you know, that's the whole point, you know, to come over here and learn about, you know, you guys.
You guys don't know about, well, some of you do, about the integration of downtown 25th Street. And we didn't talk. We could talk forever about Joe, but I think that was one of his biggest contributions.
Joe was the first black man to play white clubs on
Yeah.
25th Street and the first to attend white clubs in Salt Lake when Dizzy Gillespie put him on the guest list.
Yes.
And he went
That's right.
with Al Jasbo Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And before, when the whites were asking him to play in their clubs, they weren't making any money. All the white college kids were going down there and hearing Joe's band. He told them, "No, you're going to have to pay me such and such,
Yep.
and my friends are going to have to walk through the front door."
He would always tell the story about the Elks Club.
Yeah.
He went to play. They paid him a lot of money. They wouldn't let his people in.
Yeah.
So then he went back and played. He said he tried to play the best he ever played. And then at the end of the show, he told everybody, "This will be the last time I'm playing here, ever."
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll be downtown if you want to come and see us.
Did you hear from him what he said happened after that with that guy who refused
He
to?
rushed the stage and tried to stop him, right? Then what happened?
No, I'm talking about another day. He came and visited Joe, and Joe was very upset with him, and he had a dog, and he told this guy, "I want you off my porch. I don't want you ever to come back. If not, this dog will eat you alive."
Whoa. Joe could be threatening.
Yeah.
You didn't want to cross him. I mean, his hands were huge.
That's right.
His hands were so, and he lifted weights. Like he was not a sissy. And he would challenge you. He'd play the crusher thing with people, and he
Feel that arm.
pick up that weight,
I'd
Brad.
say-
Come on and do it right. No, you're bending your wrist. You're doing it wrong. Come on, lift the weight. He would just lift. He was tough. He worked on cars.
Yeah.
One other, the cars. I think that's an interesting story. When he was in Ardmore, and this a white kid was drowning in the stream, and he ran down there, saved his life, and his dad was a mechanic, and he said, "Joe, what do I owe you for saving my son's life?" And he said, "Oh, you don't owe me anything. I'd kind of like to learn how to work on cars, though." And that guy taught him everything he knew. And,
Yeah.
he was a great mechanic. As a
He
result.
wasn't always able to make it on gigs.
Yeah.
He had to work
Had a
on
garage
cars.
in the back.
Had a garage, the garage.
Yeah, he'd
Cement,
work on
yeah.
cars. Until how old did he work on cars?
And he was working on my Toyota up until he was like 90.
Yeah.
I used to love it when I got a flat tire and I could drive over there and he'd
And
do
that
that
big
little
jack?
thing.
Well,
Well, we
that
just
jack-
do it right on the car with the all. I'd
Oh yeah.
have a friend in there like, watch this. He doesn't even need to change the tire. Like
I changed tires on my trailer because he had this great big jack. you know,
pneumatic.
that-
Yeah.
And it was up. He had the equipment. But then near the end, he just didn't have the equipment for the newer cars, and he didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on the computers you need now.
Well, and I think he knew. I think after his friend who passed away when the block fell on him.
Oh.
Remember when
Yeah.
Shane passed away?
Yeah.
I think he was like, cars are a dangerous
Yeah.
thing. I'm old. Can't
Yeah.
be getting on that little creeper underneath. It was wild to see him get on that creeper though in his 90s.
Wow.
He put on his onesie and
Oh, wow.
get in there.
Yeah. And when he first came here, he got a job with the mechanics at another shop. You heard that story, and he said, "Well, what about those two cars out there? What's wrong with them? They won't start." He said, "Oh, okay. Well," he got them to start one day, and they came. They said, "Well, what'd you do to those cars?" And he said, "Got them to start." He wouldn't tell them what he did.
What was the one story about how he fixed the car with the shoe leather?
Oh, the leather. Yeah, he's on a bus with a band. And the bus driver was, and he finally grabbed the keys. He says, "You're going to run the battery down." He said, "It's this and such that's wrong with it." Looked under there, and he realized
it was cold.
And freezing, and he needed something. He used a chunk of leather off of somebody's
Took
boot.
somebody's boot.
Yeah, and pounded a little bit and got it just to work just perfect. I don't know what car part. I don't know cars, but got it running. And they got home, and they really thanked him.
Something for the carburetor.
Yeah. They were freezing their butts off, and he saved them.
Wow.
How often did you hear him tell a story about saving quarters?
I don't remember him saving a lot of quarters. I remember him having big wads of money. I remember him like keeping his cash in his.
Yeah.
He
didn't think things with cash.
Yeah.
One day he said, Don, can you get down there and pay my water bill? I just can't make it down there today. So he gave me the money. Yeah.
He was grateful. I mean, he had a lot of that house he had was a gift.
Oh,
Like
wow.
someone gave it to him because he fixed somebody's car.
Because he was a mechanic, right?
Yeah,
For a
and
long time.
And he'd always just say, like, Brad, being selfless, doing things for other people is the greatest reward in life, and that's the key to living life. He's like, this house, my life, my age, everything is because I learned to do for others.
That's why he joined that organization to take old people around and help
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Drove old people around.
He was driving people that was younger than him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, well, and he lost 20-some clients while he was working there that passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inherited a dog or two. Right? Sparky, didn't he inherit Sparky from one of those clients?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Thelma, his wife, was amazing. she was amazing woman. She was quiet, but I've never met somebody who listened more to anybody. She listened so intently you could hear yourself think. Almost solve your own problems. You know what I mean? It was amazing.
She loved basketball.
She loved basketball,
And she knew her basketball.
she loved cheeseburger.
Yeah.
No ketchup, no mustard, no onion. Right?
And Cheetos.
Cheetos. Joe loved Cheetos.
Yeah.
Did you know the story about the things he demanded of her before they got married?
No.
He said, if you're gonna marry me, you gotta realize I'm a musician, and I'm gonna be gone almost all the time. And sometimes it'll be 3 days, sometimes it'll be a week or longer. And then he said, are you okay with that? She said, oh yeah. So they got married, and that's the way it was the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't really easily. I don't know if she accepted people, but she wasn't all caught up in it.
No, she wasn't. Well, she had diabetes for a long time,
Yeah.
and so he made sure she was well taken care of.
Yeah.
I think the routine of eating was part of what helped
Yes.
make them so
I mean, to
old,
live that
too.
long with
Yes.
diabetes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, is she still alive?
No, she died the following February.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a suggestion. Whenever you guys are ready to play again, is it possible to play something upbeat?
Sure. Let's,
you
we'll
guys
just
were
play.
talking
You've got time to play one more?
Sure. Yeah.
Can you play the
What-
thing? I don't even know. Do you know the thing?
Undecided, is that?
No. Or undecided?
Well,
Whatever.
Undecided. You should play undecided.
I need a minute to cheat if we're gonna do that. As long as you guys don't mind me cheating.
Oh.
It's been. I haven't played that song since Joe's funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it? Is it in half
Yeah.
usually?
Yeah.
That was a tune he played a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did play it a lot. He said, well, I don't know what we're going to play. We can't decide, so I guess we'll play undecided.
Or we would say, some of the musicians resemble this other song, Stone.
Yeah. When stoned meant drunk. Yeah, yeah. That song.
Yeah, before drugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do something. I'll be
What is
good.
that in?
Okay.
In half.
And you know the melody? Want to take the melody? Or both of you? Or what do you
Yeah.
know?
Well, between the two of us, there'll be a song.
It'll cover it. Okay.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
Joe played that so damn fast. See, I don't
We're-
know the names. I just know that.
We aren't playing it that fast. No.
Oh, not playing that?
Not. How about one?
Wherever you are is where I'll be.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
So that was called, what was the name of that one?
Undecided.
Undecided?
Undecided, yeah. Yeah.
Love it. That was great.
What was the blues tune you were thinking about playing some blues while?
Blues by 5, we can do that
Oh,
one.
blues by fire? Sure.
B flat.
Just B flat, yeah.
Now hum a few bars again. Dum, dum. Oh yeah. You got the right Jew's harp?
Yeah, B's and B's.
1, a 2, a 1, a 2.
jazz guys.
And you know so much more about the blues than I do, man.
You guys have taught me a lot about jazz.
Yeah. You guys have any questions about Joe or anything? You know?
You should tell your story, Shane. Why don't you? Tell them about the time you went to lunch with Don.
Oh, yeah.
Tell them.
Oh,
She thought she was pulling one over on me on that one.
Well, Joe was always.
Sitting there with Ashley, and we were all, I think you were at that lunch, Don. Over at the, where were we over there on
Yeah.
5th Street?
we got a bunch of musicians to get together at
Yeah.
universities. And we
Yeah.
invited Joe.
And Ashley came along, and she just like, she listened to all these stories about Joe and Thelma, and she's like, your wife just must be a saint. How does she put up with being with a musician, you know? It's like, it's gotta be so hard living with a musician. I just respect her so much. He's like, she must have sacrificed so much. He goes, you think she's the only woman who sacrificed?
It's like, you don't think I put up with some shit, woman? Maybe you ought to ask me how I put up with some
Yeah,
shit.
like, why don't you
Because
ask
I
me
can
that
tell you
sacrifice?
how I put up with some shit.
And he didn't miss a damn beat.
Oh,
on that.
yeah.
He was like, right.
Yeah.
Joe was alert. Joe had all his faculties. Joe was not a sleepy old man. There was nothing old man about him ever.
He was sharp.
That was the
When's
day he
the
had
next gig? And he said, well, it's next Thursday at yada yada at 7:30. And I'm you know, looking at my phone. When is that next gig? You know.
That was the day he demonstrated that cane, too.
This cane, he left his electric
He
cane.
whipped it out.
Yeah. Took that to the governor's mansion and was zapping it around at the governor's.
That's right.
Yeah.
There was the governor's declared
April 18th,
April 18th as Joe McQueen Day in Utah.
Utah.
For those that don't know, what's the cane? Describe the cane.
He had a cane. I don't know why he felt he needed that self-defense cane. Why did he think he
Oh,
needed
it
it?
zapped people. It was
He
It was
started
like a-
really
it was
getting
like a
into
taser.
Taser. It's like a
a
taser.
million volts. 200,000 volts or something
It
comes
was a
from this
million
thing.
volts.
It had a really bright flashlight on it too, like
Yeah.
blind you.
And he'd hold it in your face and demonstrate it and zap that thing, and it would just like blind you for a second. You could feel the ozone and everything. It's like-
You could smell it, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know why he thought he needed that. But
And then the mayor declared Joe McQueen Day May 30th, his birthday. Yeah.
he got the key to the city.
Yeah. So, and he's every time he'd get another award, got another damn award. But you know, he was tickled. You know, he had a bunch of them too. He said,
He
"Well,
didn't
you
understand
lived
it. He
long
could never
enough."
understand it. He would be like, I don't understand this mural. He would tell you he didn't, because he never did any of this stuff for accolade. I don't even think he played jazz for regular. He just played jazz to be in the moment. Because I think if he was worried about all that stuff, he would have been recording. He didn't care about that stuff.
And jazz is a democratic process too, where everybody's equal. I
Yeah.
think that's why he loved it too. I mean, anybody could get out there and be the star of the show, and then you take turns in a jazz combo. Everybody has a chance to be the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That night he went to go see Booker T. It was cool. I was loving it sitting next to him, but he leaned over and he said, if I had to play this music for the rest of my life, I would have thrown my goddamn horn in the trash. Bullshit. Well, this is Booker T. Green Onions. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Playing Watermelon Man and I'm out of here. Yeah, and that was the thing too. Like everybody. That was the one thing Forrest would say too. He would say Joe would be remembered for his accessibility. And the first time I heard him say that, I was like, "That's a weird thing to say," but that was true about Joe. Like anybody could go up and talk to Joe. Anybody could.
Yeah.
If you were a fool, he cut you off, but you had one chance. You know what I mean? Everybody got a chance. And he was just approachable. And I think for me, as someone who doesn't really totally understand jazz, that's what made Joe's jazz special. It was accessible. It didn't feel like it was coming from here. It always felt like it was coming from here. And those shows, I don't know what it was like for you guys, but for me it was wild to look at a jazz band on 25th Street and have bikers and cowboys and lawyers and criminals and everybody all in there at the
And
same
you knew
time.
some of those end criminals.
Yeah, I knew them all. I knew them all. But it was, you know what I mean? It was like you said, democratic.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there like everybody was there.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe knew everybody from the bottom of the street to the top of the street.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew, but he also gave clinics for schools. I played with him on several of those, and he enjoyed communicating with kids.
He loved doing things for kids.
I had you guys come play for my jazz class sometime.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a fine person.
Don, you seem awfully quiet.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't play with Joe,
Right.
but I certainly had a chance to talk to him a couple of times. In fact, the first time I talked to him was 1982. He was playing at D.B. Cooper
Oh,
up
yeah.
there. And a great player. I went up to hear him because my friends were saying, hey, you got to hear this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, he seemed like an older guy to me. You know, probably was about the age I am right now. But it was really a lot of fun because
Yeah.
we just sat there at the break, and he was very accessible, willing to talk. And he had this triplet lick that he kept playing. You know, that oodly, 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 oodly. I don't really know what he would do, what he was doing, but I remember being so
He
impressed.
could whistle that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Great lick.
After the gig, the girls would line up behind him, get their pictures taken with him, and I'm twirling my sticks, but no chance.
Hey, what about me? Hey,
And there wasn't really anything you couldn't not talk to him about. That's the other thing too.
Yeah,
like
well-
sometimes I remember being young and being guarded on certain issues, and he'd be like, "I know what you're thinking about. Why don't you just say it? Let's just talk about it." And he'd just get it out in the open, you know.
So you got to spend a lot of time with him.
We spent a lot of time together, and then we had an accident together where that put us really close together. Like we were already close together, but then the accident it used us together. Yeah.
You're not talking about that one with,
We're backed in.
Who?
Hurt his leg.
oh, that.
Yeah.
Wayne ran me over.
Okay.
Yeah. I was helping him park one day. We were gonna go help raise some money for a friend of ours who was a DJ at a jazz station, and I got behind the car, and Joe backed up, and if I was this much shorter, I probably would have lost my leg. But my leg exploded, and I thought I was gonna bleed to death. And Joe took this belt off my. I told him I'd go tell my mom I love her because I feel like I'm bleeding to death. Like this is it. And he put the tourniquet on my leg, took this belt off, held my head in my hand, and said, "I'm not gonna let you die."
Wow, man.
Yep. And when he was in junior high school, was it when that guy beat him up? He likes to tell that one.
Tell those boxing stories about it.
Yeah, this guy, a white kid in the football team, just beat the crap out of him, and his uncle he said, that's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
He worked out in the summer and bulked up and learned how to box from him, and he went back and he took that kid on, and that kid couldn't play football that season.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Joe,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Joe took care of him. Yeah, he said I probably hurt him more than I should have.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
He doesn't always tell it, but that was part of the reason why he stayed here in the beginning too, because he got in that fight
Yeah.
with the band member.
Yeah.
They wound up in jail for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They just left him here, didn't they? Didn't they move on?
Well,
That was a different.
That was
Yeah.
at a different.
what was that guy's name? I forgot it now. What was his name?
T. Holder.
T. Holden. T.
That's a
Holden,
crazy name.
right? That's right, T. Holden. Joe talks about him like he was the oldest guy in the world. T. Holden, my God, he was old. Like he just played Dixieland trumpet or something. Like that's all he could play, right?
I don't remember T. Holden.
And then what? Did T. Holden
T. Holder, he gambled the money away.
gambled it in
Oh.
Vegas or wherever?
I don't know where it was.
Then they came here, but he had money.
Oh yeah, Joe says I wasn't
I
broke.
was never broke.
Yeah, he said they didn't leave me broke. I had
I was
money.
never stranded. I had money, yeah. And he had enough money to bankroll the band.
Yeah,
He took over the band.
yeah.
That's right.
went down to went to Porters and Waiters and saw that basement down there, and he said, "Man, we could have a dance. We could have a ballroom in here, you know, a place where people dance." So they started doing it.
And then have you guys seen that Ma Rainey's Black Bottom on Netflix?
What's it called?
Yeah.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
No, but
Yeah.
I'll watch it
It's
now.
so good.
It
The
is
drummer
good.
that Joe played with was Ma Rainey's son,
Yeah, she kind of took him on.
Jimmy Rainey.
His name wasn't Rainey, but she kind of
She adopted him and made him Jimmy Rainey.
Jimmy
yeah.
Rainey, and he was a drummer. Oh, he said, "Oh man, that Jimmy, he can just go ding, 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 all night long."
You guys will freak. It's
Give me
it's
that
on
name again, please.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
How do you spell the first?
M-A
Ma, like
Ma.
like
Ma,
like
yeah.
mom.
Mall.
space R-A-I-N-E-Y.
Rain, yeah, E-Y.
Black Bottom. This is the last thing
Great series.
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman did before he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's so good.
Oh, I think
It's
I've
like-
seen little snippets of it.
it's amazing. Made me think of Joe when I watched it too,
Uh-huh.
because he was a young man during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the things he saw.
Make a movie about it.
I mean, think just 100 years, the things he saw, like
It's a lot, yeah.
the
That's what
internet,
he looked like
space.
in 1990. I know.
Is that you? Man?
Yeah, with hair.
Nice
Black hair.
glasses, man. You know those made a comeback, right? No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
1990, you said?
That's the same gig, but anyway, that was a good picture of Joe.
How tall was he?
It's about came up to my shoulder here.
Yeah.
6'2".
But he was
You're
thick.
6'4", aren't you? Or
He
what?
was, I'm 6'5", and Joe was about here, but he was big. He was
Yes.
thick man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell he got some size.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Well, carrying that horn, like he would say, he's like, "This horn ain't light."
And blowing that.
Carrying it
horn.
all night long, man, you'll get some big arms, you know.
I think that kept him healthy too, just blowing that
Breathing,
horn,
yeah.
putting air through that. Because he put the air through that horn. He could really
Yeah.
honk. Yeah.
Great pictures right away.
Yeah.
If you need
Oh, wow.
early pictures of some, when he first came here.
Where were those pictures
Is this where
taken?
Craft
Don?
Burger is?
What year is it?
Well, it changed hands so many times. It was an Italian
he came-
It's on
restaurant.
25th
and
Street.
Oh no,
then-
no.
25th Street.
Italian restaurant on 25th Street.
It
I've
was
got-
an Italian
I've
at
got
one point
pictures
because I'd
that
go
were
there.
around 1950.
Wasn't up at
Wow.
Gio's.
He gave me
No,
some of
no,
those.
it wasn't a
Looks like-
Geo's.
looks
That's
like Craft Burger.
I don't think
it's
I
on
have any
25th
hard
Street on
copies.
the
Back
north
of the
side.
Digitized.
You can walk out
Man, that would be amazing.
onto the
Get 'em out
patio
of the
there.
mall.
You know, there are a lot of businesses right
Yeah,
there that.
It's gotta be where Craft Burger is.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
Even before Bistro.
you know where it is.
By
Looking
the-
at it, yeah.
Eli, what else do you want to hear? What would you, more something upbeat again?
Yeah, I like the
Oh,
variety of blues.
Do-
You're gonna chop these up?
Do
Are
we
you a
do-
beat maker?
Yeah, I do a little bit of that.
I do a little too, not a lot, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, no.
Do we dare
that's
do
good.
something like
Appreciate
"Girl
it.
from
That's good.
Ipanema," or is that for something different? Or
sorry.
We could, I mean, if we want to do something upbeat but also different feel, we could do Caravan.
Oh, Caravan.
Oh,
would be
yeah.
Cool.
Don is the best.
I know
These two on Caravan.
I should.
Yeah. Let's do Caravan, guys. That sounds great.
Okay. I don't have that cowbell, but I'll do it.
Yeah, man,
What
Don.
key is that?
Yeah.
You guys don't really look to me haven't aged at all. I feel like I've aged more than they have.
Don, I can't believe the ladies didn't line up.
Cowbell. So, I wish I had one to clunk there. Okay. Did you play this? So this is the other thing about jazz. It's like Legos. You know, you get this guy and this guy and this guy, and you just put them together in a bandstand, and they fit.
Right.
You know, I played a gig. Have you ever done this? I played a gig one time with a quartet. We didn't know each other at all.
Oh, yeah.
All four of us. And it's like, okay, Misty, piano out front, 3 flats, here we go.
Yep.
And it works, doesn't it?
Comes together.
Hope it works right now.
That's always the exciting part, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Do you mind if I mention how old you are? 83. This guy's
84.
84.
You just got older in that tune.
It's the journey. Yeah.
He's doing great. Yeah. I've always enjoyed playing with Lars.
That bass, I'll tell you.
Wonderful.
That was my favorite. I think I felt that one because my dad is a violinist and a pianist, and I heard this song throughout my whole life.
Really?
Yeah, and they did. I was just telling him about they did an interpretation of it. And they have this Afro-Caribbean band called Clave Tres, which means like the 3/4 kind of.
Yeah.
And it's an Afro-Caribbean, but this caravan, and I'm like, here it is again, 20, 30 years later. I mean, it's a classic or whatever, but
That's why they call it a standard.
but it's
Man.
it's full circle for me, man, because like to hear this song and then to hear you guys play it, it's just like
Me
it still
encanta.
hits.
Me encanta la música.
Yeah, no,
It's
tremendo,
wild
tremendo.
how emotions get wrapped up in these
No,
songs,
no.
right? I mean, you hear it once and then you live with this
No,
song.
I just saw my whole childhood, like
yeah.
in my eyes,
Well,
like, in my mind, like,
that's what I'm feeling when they play some of these. You know,
Yeah,
I probably couldn't handle Georgia if we played Georgia. It gets hard,
Yeah.
because there's so much.
no,
memories.
like I was like I'm just gonna throw it out there. I was holding back tears right now. I don't.
Music does that.
It does that. You just feel it, man. You can't even describe it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Well, and all
But-
these artists live on in these songs as we play them.
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the magic, man. I felt the magic here, so that was great, guys.
Ah,
that was
thank you.
amazing. That was a treat. To be next to the bass and the two, I'm just like, it's like an overload. I'm like, oh my god, I just want to jump up for joy for no reason. It's crazy. It's weird, Dope.
Yeah.
Super dope.
How many more days do you have left on the mural? Are you all done or close to done or
Tonight,
tonight?
Tonight.
Just
Finishing
ready to
up
be
tonight?
done with it.
And then when do you leave town?
on Friday.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna see if you want to go by Joe's church or something. They meet on Sunday though, but you'll be gone. They're a nice bunch of people too.
I'll be back though.
I'm gonna invite them for the ice cream to come to the thing. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Did that happen?
not
Change
yet.
happened. As far as I haven't heard, it hasn't. But they're working on it, I think.
Cool. Cause he had like a favorite ice cream. I think I
Oh.
saw it in a text.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a favorite ice cream. Was it Spumoni or something?
Spumoni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Spumoni?
Is it,
Yeah,
you did the
good
magazine.
question.
Did you do
Never
the
had
one?
it.
Sounds
No,
Italian.
No, I did one just on my own.
That's as soon as
Yeah.
I
We
got.
talked, yeah.
That's as
yeah,
much
yeah.
as I know.
You
But
did
it
the
wasn't-
guy?
It
Sorry?
wasn't the one in the
Never had Spumoni?
magazine that they did
Oh, you're
out
gonna
of Salt
have
Lake.
Good stuff.
When does
What did
Fars
you do?
close?
I did one just for me because I knew I wanted it.
What time they
I wanted
close?
to,
I'll
like,
go right
spend
after
some
this.
time with
It's
it.
pistachio
Yeah,
ice
I
cream.
remember
and what,
you
cherry
getting
or
with them.
strawberry?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
What did
I
you
haven't
do with
had
that?
it.
Did you just hold on and do it yourself?
Like a
Yeah,
Neapolitan with
yeah, I mean, I
pistachio
just
ice
have
cream.
them.
Ah.
Wow.
These.
Oh, that's right. When he came down, I remember. That's right. The photos. That's
Yeah.
right. I'm so glad he did that. I'm so
Yeah.
glad he did that.
Yeah.
That's right. These were like the later, like a couple years. Oh yeah, that's his new saxophone. That was the last year.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yep. He drove himself.
Yeah, he
Wow.
told me he was gonna do that.
Yep.
Yeah. God, these are beautiful.
Thanks.
Sorry.
No, no. You're good.
When did he stop driving?
He didn't.
He never did.
Well, when he went to the hospital, that was when he stopped driving.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Remember when he rented a mobile home?
No, he didn't rent it. He bought it.
He bought it. Oh, that's right.
Bought
a
it.
mobile home. And
He
then he
bought
was
it.
going to pull.
I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You don't think, Brad, I know how to drive a mobile home? I worked at Volvo White for 20 years, got retirement pay and everything. You don't think I don't know how to drive one of those goddamn son of a bitch things?"
and then he pulled a car.
He pulled the car,
and when he
drove the
got
mobile
down
home.
to Texas,
And I called him 2
I'm
weeks later down in Arkansas. I go, "How was it?" "Oh my God, Brad!" I told Thelma, "Close your eyes and pray to Jesus as we go across this Arkansas bridge." I don't know how the hell we got through it, Brad. I sold the goddamn motorhome. I said, "Here, just take it. We're taking the car home. I ain't driving it back. I ain't driving it back."
there was a semi knocked the rear view mirror off.
Knocked the side mirror up. Those lanes were so tight. It scared the shit out of it.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't
He
get
isn't
very
easily scared.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he left
And
it
he was
behind.
90 what, 6, 7 when he did that?
Yeah,
wasn't he?
96. He was still driving down there at 96. He
Yeah.
drove down there at 97. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
90,
Went and saw the town he was born in, I think, at 96. Ponder,
uh-huh.
Texas.
97 is about when we started having his birthday parties at my place. Just jam sessions. That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
What was he driving? A Cadillac? Red
No,
Cadillac?
he had a red Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile.
A Lincoln Oldsmobile, wasn't
Lincoln,
it?
yeah.
Lincoln.
I think, yeah.
That's what ran over me. That his nephew has it.
Oh, it wasn't that van, huh?
Wasn't the van.
Oh.
He told me how he liked to drive that thing. Like
That thing is a cruise. That thing's powerful.
he's like, yeah,
And he
he
really,
would like rip it at like
Oh, no,
100.
he wasn't joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
he really knew cars.
And he was not afraid to drive fast.
I was giving him a ride to a gig one night, and Don, did you get new tires? As a matter of fact, I did. Yeah, man, they're smooth. Man, he could tell. He just had a sense about cars, or he'd say, well, "That's a Caddy, that's a Toyota, he know all the cars."
So
going
perceptive. Remember he teased Forrest Crawford. He's all, "Forrest Crawford drives a Forester. What the hell do you think about that?" Got his name right on the car. Like, I never thought of that, Joe.
I hadn't heard that one.
Oh man.
You had that van. You had the van. I remember one time Kenji had some van problem. And we had to drive over to Kenji's apartment. And it was a big apartment building. And he's like, "How do we know which room is Kenji's at?" I was like, "I don't know." I said, "But honk your horn." He's like, "What do you mean honk my horn?" I go, "Honk out a little musical melody and I'm sure he'll pop his head out." "I ain't no goddamn honky. What the hell are you talking about?" "I don't let me do it then." And I went, "Bam, bam, bam, bam," and then Kenji just popped his head right out. And I was like, he's like, "How'd you know to do that?" I go, "He's a musician. Like, how's he not gonna fucking know it's us?" You know what I mean? Yeah, we were close. We were good friends.
That's amazing.
But he had room for everybody.
Yeah, I did.
He had room for everybody.
Wow. Great stories, man.
Yeah, it's awesome to hear.
Great stories.
I was sad when they closed. Coachman's.
Oh yeah, you'd love to eat at Coachman's.
I'm glad we went there that one last time.
Yeah, down in Salt Lake there. Yeah.
What's that? What is it?
A restaurant.
Oh, the restaurant?
It was a weird restaurant. Some people were suspicious of it, but Joe loved it.
I think, wasn't it cash only or something?
Only cash.
That's why they were suspicious of
cash.
it.
Joe would always get veal and spaghetti and
Yeah.
spumoni.
Spumoni.
And I'd always get breakfast.
What is spumoni?
He was beginning to explain it. He said pistachio with what?
But what kind?
It's like
I mean,
Neapolitan,
Yeah,
except instead of vanilla, it's got pistachio. So it's like green,
That's right.
pink, and chocolate.
Jeez, sounds great.
He didn't really like chocolate. There was it another flavor than chocolate?
Pistachio and strawberry
Yeah.
or cherry. I think.
well, it must have been Thelma then that ate that chocolate. He had bars of it sitting sometimes on the.
We got mad. The last thing I got him was a malt from Far's.
Oh, and he didn't.
And I
want
said,
chocolate.
Can I get you? Do you want me to go to Far's and get you a chocolate malt? He's all, "No, strawberry." I was like, "Strawberry, strawberry." Yeah. Yeah, he was getting that ice cream delivered to him at the end. People
Yeah.
loved him so much they would just bring him ice cream from Far's
Wow.
In the hospital?
to his house
Yeah.
because he's having a hard time eating and getting ice cream. He would go out when he was 98 and 99 and he'd sit out there and wait for young people to come by the car and talk him into going in and getting ice cream. And a couple times I think the missionaries, and then he's like, "You guys want to talk about the Bible? I'll talk about the Bible." He just started going. Yeah.
Wow.
He was
What do you
special.
think?
A couple more?
Couple more tunes?
Yeah.
What time is it?
It is
6:30?
6:30.
I could go for one.
One tune?
I don't even know what to play anymore.
If we could do the song he wrote,
That would be really cool.
Bum, bum.
the thing.
What keys that in? Is that an F?
Bum,
Bum, bum.
Yeah.
Ba-da-da.
And that repeats and
So
then
has it
bum
repeat,
bum
then
and then
is
it
it a
goes
blues?
dun, doo, 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 doo.
I thought
Probably
it was
just
rhythm
blues.
changes, wasn't it?
Was it rhythm
Was
changes?
it rhythm
I thought
changes?
it was.
Might be. Yeah, it might be rhythm changes. I think you're right.
A flat.
You just do it on the fourth, I guess, of whatever key you're in.
He's in F.
He's in A flat, is he?
No, he's in F.
Oh,
F.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Is
Yeah.
that right? Is that the right key?
If it's a fifth. Bum, 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 bum,
Something like that.
yeah, let's try it. We'll just play all offbeats in the beginning. That's all it is. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Just
What do
goes.
we do with the
Well,
ball?
it's like all those jazz songs.
He
2 and 4 then.
Is
Just
it a
goes
blues
into
or
another
is it
jazz
a- or
song.
do I just
Huh?
Is it a blues or is it rhythm changes?
That I can't remember.
I think
It's
it, no,
terrible.
I think it stays in one key. If that's what you're saying.
Okay, let's just do it as a blues then.
Okay.
Yeah, it stays in. It doesn't.
Just
Okay.
play that thing.
We'll give
that-
you our
the
version
thing.
of Joe's song, The Thing.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to call it. He said, oh, just The Thing. We'll do that thing. And that was
It
it.
was the only song that he wrote that he recorded, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And our apologies to Joe.
Something like that. Something.
Do you need us to help you put any paint on the mural? Do you need us to help you put any paint on the mural?
You already painted
Oh.
with music.
He was waiting on that.
Yeah.
Can we put our initials somewhere? Is that a, no, don't.
No, but when we clean up and everybody's outside, we'll take a group photo of everybody in
Yeah,
front
we
of the mural.
should.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, you want to do that now?
Yeah, let's do it.
That feels like now.
Yeah.
That's a great way to kind of, you know,
Alright, yep.
close it.
Perfect.
There's
We out?
enough. There's enough there to cut.
You think
More
so?
than enough.
Good.
No, that's amazing,
Glad
guys.
you
Thank
got
you so
what you
much.
wanted. I'm anxious to see the
Oh
results.
man.
What did you do with all those recordings, Joe? Did
Recordings?
you record those interviews, or what did you do?
Oh
with
yeah,
them?
I wrote it. I
Just
got,
you wrote it down,
yes, this is it.
and then what did you do with them? Oh, that's it, all right there.
Yeah,
Do you have copies of it?
I've made one copy. There are 42 pages.
How do I get a copy of it?
I can send you a copy.
I can be patient. You can send it to me electronically too.
Yeah.
I would love to read. I remember him telling me that you were coming over. It meant a lot to me. You guys were spending that time
Yeah,
together.
it was a good interview. Just give me your address, your email.
Oh well. But it was more. You guys were friends. It was more
Yes.
than that.
No,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Well, you were more than friends. You were family.
Lars is
But-
the jazz historian around here.
But you
He's writing a book.
you knew him much
Yeah.
more intimately than any of us.
I feel really lucky. I don't understand if it was I don't know if it was my size or my attitude. I don't know how I got in there. I don't know how he let me in or
Well,
any
you
of that.
you did some things that got his attention and made it possible.
He was my best friend.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
that's right.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Sure.
That was a treat.
And I wouldn't have known him if it wasn't for you guys. I really wouldn't have. I wouldn't have known him. Yeah, I don't think I would have. I don't think like the relationship. I know I would never met him if it wasn't for Don. And then you guys just playing the bar. It just kept things going.
Did you? Let's see. You didn't know the Melis brothers, did you?
Oh, I knew the Melos
you?
brothers from playing with Ray Franklin when they played the blues.
Oh.
Well, Larry, and then Jimmy would come back and do those things with Albert Wing and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah, that was before. That was after Jimmy left, I think.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Well, they were students at Weber.
Yeah.
That's when I knew him.
And Joe talks about when they went over to their house and he saw their parents and recognized their parents, and then that's when they told him they were orphans.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that was a connection with those guys, because Joe being an orphan too, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they were close.
Very
And I
good.
was so glad, like, you know, the Melis came out before he passed away, don't you?
No, I didn't know that.
I said to Joe one day, I was like, man, you've recorded all this stuff, like, I hate to say it, but you know, time, we all know it, you're not going to be here forever, you might as well summons all the people that you want to record an album with that you haven't recorded, or,
Yeah.
well, what do you got to lose? And he just looked at me, he's like, I would like to call Larry and Jimmy. I'm like, well, let's call Larry and Jimmy. Like, let's
Yeah.
just tell them.
Yeah.
So they came out, and I think they had more fun bullshitting. I don't think the recordings were very good, but
Okay.
the stories were amazing. The stories were
Oh
amazing.
my gosh.
That was just before we got his new saxophone. His saxophone was getting
Yes, I know.
rough.
I know. This.
Can I tell you what he told me
This is
about
when they
that?
were,
No.
one weekend they were here. I took that picture and
Oh.
Skip was there. I just love that picture. Look at his face.
My
Yeah, he looks
gosh.
I've never seen him smile that hard.
Oh yeah,
He,
yeah. You can pass that around.
Yeah,
if
he
you
was
want.
telling me one day that he was thinking about getting rid of his saxophone.
Yeah.
Look at
The-
that
the
smile.
old one. And I was like, what are you talking
He was
about?
a happy man.
You've had it for so many years. You played it with so many people.
Yeah.
It's rare. Like literally, your spit and your skin
That's
is
right.
in that saxophone. Like how do you? how can you say that? I'm
Oh,
like,
touch it. Oh, it's dead now. Touch
oh,
it.
did I?
Died.
And then
There you
he just kind of looked at me and he's like, you
I've
know
never
that
seen
stuff
that
you said
face
about the
before or since,
saxophone?
you know?
I go, yeah. And he goes, the saxophone has no idea what you're talking about. You know what I mean? He's like, it's a piece of metal. It's just a piece of metal.
Wow.
And he's like, when I'm gone, it's just a piece of metal. He's like, it's just stuff.
That's Jimmy and
All
Larry
this
on their
stuff.
shoulders there.
It's stuff. You're not. It's not yours. You're borrowing
back
it.
behind
You're
you.
not taking it to heaven. It's just stuff.
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. No, I didn't
Yeah, I
hear
think
that.
he was preparing us for the fact that there wasn't going to be anything left to hold on to after he was gone. Because Joyce took it all out of here. We got it out of here.
Wow.
Who got the house? What did they do with the house?
They sold it. I drove by. There were some people hanging out of it. Just
I drove by and there was a blue-haired woman working in the yard, and I talked to her a little bit. And I said I used to play with them, and so we had a nice conversation.
I used to
You
make
gotta
that
go
my
to the shed?
route. When I was going to Costco, I'd make that my route for a long time. Just even if it was a little bit jog out of the way, I just drive by Joe's, make sure everything was good.
I'm totally surprised that the Burtons didn't buy it next door. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
I thought the Burton. You always talk about Mr. Burton too. You remember those stories?
Yeah.
Many people didn't like Mr. Burton, but Mr. Burton and I got along just well. I told Mrs. Burton when Mr. Burton died, you better check all his pockets because he had money in every pocket he had. Mr. Burton was finding money 20 years after Mr. Burton was gone.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, can I get you to sign the scribble strip before you take off?
Sign what? The scribble strip. Yeah.
Can we get you all to do that, by the way?
I can move this, I
Separate
guess.
scribble strip for all the.
Bob, do you need some help packing up?
You know what? Isn't that amazing? It's so nice just to come and
Well,
have a
thank you so
keyboard
much
here.
for coming last
Sorry
minute.
about that achy, man. I was a little hard on that song.
You know what? It was fun.
Kinda
Yeah,
used
let's
to
get those
Yeah.
sounds out of
Yeah.
here.
And you sound so good.
Oh, thanks, man.
Do you play with anybody else or you just do the teaching?
I teach a lot more. I get a little bit.
Kind of just feels one.
Who are you playing with?
But you know, this feels
played
just
with
like
this,
I've got
Gypsy
a
jazz
roll
band
into
called House West.
2000. and
Yeah, I've
this
been trying to
feels
get them
just
to
the
come.
same.
No,
I love this
I
place.
know,
Yeah,
I
it's-
should
a lot of
get
the
you to
setup is
come.
identical.
Your other guys, who are the other gypsy?
So
Yeah,
there's
it's a
like
great
Red Rock
instrument.
Hot Club.
Red Rock Hot Club, I was getting confused. Yeah.
I've been
But
back.
yeah, we play a little bit. And I play
I'm just gonna get this cable.
Those guys are that's like a guitar
So I
player.
really want to
Terry.
find another one.
Yeah. I know
He's
you're
badass.
talking about. He is
That's it.
bad,
Really
yeah.
do want
Yeah.
to.
He's
Well, I'm actually going to break
Yes,
mine.
I'm sorry.
Because I got used to it.
If I can ever do anything.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Weaver State has reached out to me about teaching harmonica class.
Yeah?
I told them I don't read or write music, but I could like teach the philosophy or the tablature of harmonica. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't put that on that music on that last one. We didn't do justice to.
Well, it's
Been
okay,
learning,
like
some do.
Really?
Some
Okay.
do and
I
some
got the-
don't.
if I get the ISOs,
Mickey showed me
actually would
something.
love-
He
because that was
reads
something that you said
the
he wrote.
Nashville number
Yeah.
system.
Okay.
Even though you feel it's not the best version, like
Then he was
I
telling me
trust
how
my
he
ear to
met
be able to pick the
A
good
guy
parts. and-
named
Oh,
Tommy
there you
Morgan
go.
who did all
Okay,
the
yeah,
studio
yeah,
work.
Yeah.
You know,
He's the guy who played the harmonica
No
on the Street
worries.
Beater, that Quincy Jones tune.
But,
sang.
yeah, that's-
Yeah, but avoid the piano
bass
player on
and
that
the-
one because
No,
I actually got
actually-
lost on the blues.
Did you?
tape.
So yeah, I guess if you're doing studio work, you need to know.
Well, yeah, like
Noted,
the Toots
noted.
guys and the Larry Adler guys.
Yeah, yeah.
They like,
I thought you
and I
guys
think
sounded
Joe was hoping I would go that way at some point. You know, I probably still need to. I probably should pick up a chromatic and start learning those black keys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then
Wait,
you can play
those?
those?
Well, no, I don't.
You have
I
more
just-
than 12 steps to get across the bridge, man.
Right, yeah. You got it. What's wrong with that?
Then have to have these guys carry you across the bridge and meet you on the other side.
Yeah. And we can take the picture now, and I can pack this up later if you want.
Yeah, I think that's
We'll
what
come
we
down and
did.
help you
Yeah,
load
yeah.
out too, Don. Let's go get a photo and then we'll come load this stuff out.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, that was so much fun to watch. Thanks.
Oh, good.
That really was great.
Thank you.
Dude, I get a photo?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Before you guys take off, can I get you to sign the scribble strip? Oh, yeah, yeah.
We'll add it to the door here.
Thank you. No, thank you. This is great. All right, where's the scribble strip?
Right here.
Anywhere?
Well, you
Anyhow?
put, there's trumpet and harp right there.
All right, great. There it is. That is definitely a scribble.
You want to see some of the ones on the wall.
Yeah.